folks. My first guest tonight is a physician and professor of medicine at NYU Langone who serves as chief medical correspondent for CBS News. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Dr. Jon LaPook. Doctor, it's good to see you again, though I was hoping to never see you again. Well, in a professional capacity.
And good day to you too, sir.
Exactly. Well, you've been great. You've been great to talk to over the last 17 months now. Yeah. 17 months, 18 months of COVID. You've come on the show many times. This is the first time we've ever actually we've never spoken in person, have we?
Well, one
Even
time,
over the phone?
You know what? One time, for 2 seconds, at CBS News, where I'm the chief medical correspondent, you were up there with Katie Couric, and we came by, and I said, hi.
There you go.
You said, hi.
Hi. So, you've been great over the last year and a half, basically giving us the straight dope on what's happening and what the best practices are. I kind of thought I had everything compartmentalized in my head. I'm feeling confused now, and in that regard, I think I'm not uncommon. You said at one point this COVID will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Where are we in that process? Is this the end of the beginning of the end, or the middle of the middle?
Okay. So, first of all, we're a lot better off than we were a year ago. I mean, think what's happened in the last year, Stephen. We have this astonishingly effective and safe vaccine. We have therapeutics. We have the remdesivir, we have monoclonal antibodies, we have steroids. We now know so much more, thanks to the aerosol scientists, bless them, about how to protect ourselves through ventilation and filtration. Remember a year ago we were talking about how, well, 6 feet, if you were 6 feet or more from somebody, you'd be safe. And now the aerosol scientists taught us that no. These viruses can float across the room in aerosols, and over time they can build up, especially if there's not good ventilation. And so you have to think about it more like cigarette smoke. If you were inside without a mask and there was somebody smoking 15 feet away, could you smell it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then the virus can get you. And then we learned about masks. Lots of studies, they're tough to do perfectly, but we know that they've concluded that masks are effective. The better the mask, the more effective. And then finally, testing. Remember, a year ago, we didn't really have enough tests. We still don't really have enough tests, but now we have home testing, and we've got to implement those more. So, beginning of May, everything looked like it was going great. My niece had a wedding, and that was indoors with 143 people, and nobody was masked, and everybody was vaccinated, and we thought, okay, we're out of the woods, and then all of a sudden, not so fast. And the not so fast was because of 2 things. One is Delta. Back in May, Delta was 1% of the number of cases.
I remember when we first started talking about it.
Yeah, and now it's more than 90%. It's one of these variants, and it's much more dangerous. It's 1,000 times the concentration of virus in the nose as the original
More
virus.
dangerous in that it spreads faster, or more dangerous that if you get it, you're more likely to be seriously ill if you're not vaccinated?
Yeah, great question, because it's probably both.
That's all I do, baby.
All you do. I'll try to give you fair to middling answers.
Good, okay.
So it's definitely more contagious. So it turns out that the original, the alpha strain, the last variant, one person could infect 2 people. Now one person can infect 5 people. So that's a big deal.
But then when they get it, are you more likely to be seriously ill is the question.
Yes. It looks like there's some evidence from other countries that you probably you have the ability to be more severely ill.
Because it reproduces faster?
We don't really know exactly why that is.
I hear a lot about a bigger viral load.
There is a bigger viral load. So remember, we talked about 1,000 times more virus in the nose. So yeah. It's able to infect people more viciously. But the question is, once you're infected, do you get sicker? And it looks like, yes, you probably do get sicker. So you have the double whammy of that. And then we have another thing that came in, which was the second of the double whammy of new things that we weren't expecting to be so bad, which is we not only have COVID, but we have an epidemic of misinformation and disinformation. And the 2 of those have come together, and they have knocked us for a loop. And so, yes, we're a lot better than we were a year ago, but we're not where we should be.
Okay, so that misinformation and that disinformation, How is that best combated? You know how to defeat COVID if everybody did it. Stay away from each other if you're not vaccinated. Get the vaccine as soon as it's available to you. But what is the inoculation against the fear and the misinformation?
And especially, you talk about the importance of vaccination. If you look at a map of the United States, it looks like it's on fire, right, for orange and red. And the areas where it's the hottest, most on fire, are the areas with the lowest vaccination rate. So it's not magic. So I think the way that we need to do it, well, who knows, right? I mean, there's going to be a lot of different approaches, including going to community leaders, not just the head of the NIH, but people who are in the local communities and in the parishes and doctors and trusted people. There's all that. But in addition, I think that we have to have more empathy as we're trying to change people's mind. And this is what I mean. I think of the people out there who are not getting vaccinated or pushing back against the masks. There are a bunch of people, you are never going to change their minds. No way. Okay, so they're over here. I do think there are a bunch of people who you can change their minds if you talk to them the right way. And I think we come into these conversations coiled. They're coiled and we're coiled, and we strike. So we need to get the fangs back, uncoil, and start off not by talking, but by listening. So I'll give you a specific example. I had somebody I was talking to who said, I don't want my daughter, who is under 12, wearing a mask at school. Instead of launching into this whole explanation of why she was wrong, I said, what are your concerns? She said, I have 3 concerns. One is, it's uncomfortable for her. I said, okay, that's actually a reasonable concern. The second is, I wanted to be able to read. She was young, she was like 5 or 6. I wanted to be able to learn to read body language and facial expressions. And if she's just from the nose up, it's really hard. I say, okay, that's reasonable. And the third, she said, is, I heard that if you wear the mask, carbon dioxide builds up in the bloodstream and you can really get sick from that. I said, okay, that is factually incorrect. It is scientifically incorrect. No way. And she said, oh. And then we were having a conversation instead of just yelling at each other. It's like, you like water? I like clean water. I like clean water. And we're suddenly talking.
We have to take a break, but stick around. We're right back with more Dr. Jon LaPook, everybody.